Bring us to order. Thank you, guys. Mr. Harrison, will you please provide us with the invocation?
I'll be happy to. Pray with me. Our Father in heaven, thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us, for this beautiful season. Thank you for all the many blessings that you bestow upon us, Lord. Most of all, for your precious Son. We ask you to forgive us for our sins. We ask you to help us as we make good and sound decisions for the county in this meeting and in all meetings. And we ask these blessings and favors in your precious Son's name. Amen.
Okay, I have a couple changes to the agenda, and I'll ask without objection to approve it. So item one is I'm going to put this would be item B under my report, application of a SWIG grant. What was that amount for, Mr. Long?
It was up to $12 million, but I have somebody here.
It's the same one that we just discussed in legislative.
Ms. Allison has copies of that right there.
So that was the same one from before. All right, I'm going to keep it there early on so we can discuss it. Item C is a request from the Sheriff's Department to carry over roughly $14,000 for equipment purchases. Just note this is a carryover that was not documented in the last budget. He has it in his current budget, but he just wants to be able to carry it over. Item D will be a request to change our next meeting pursuant to Columbus Day. So that would all be under my report. Under new business B5, I believe per your note, this is being struck, Mr. Long, that the City of Westmoreland has asked to strike this.
It's item 6B5.
6B5, the Westmoreland item. Strike it, yes. Correct. And then this is 6C6, Assessor of Property Specialist multi-year agreement. Strike that.
They're still working on it.
So yeah, so no need to. We'll just keep that in old business. 6C6, but we will not consider it today. So without objection, I'll leave it in old business.
Leave it over.
Leave it in. Do we need to pull it?
He's going to have it next month. He's working on it.
Let's leave it in old business.
Weren't you working on spatial through Steve?
Yeah, but that's not what was said there to begin with. I just want to make sure I've got my agenda right for next month.
We're leaving it. We're just not going to
All
consider
right,
it today.
old business.
Correct. All right. Without objection, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion approved, amended.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any objections? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, recognition of the public. Mr. Ron Black.
Sir?
Hey, sir.
I'm Ron Blanton, 155 Main Street, Gallatin. It's a courthouse, by the way.
Feels like he's almost going to live there.
Are you Mr. Blanton or are you Judge Blanton?
I go by either one.
He's on duty right now. I messed it up.
I'm here to speak a couple things. One is you have on your budget tonight, Recovery Court. It is a grant that we've gotten for the last 12 years. It's the Highway Safety Grant. It pays 1/2 of a full-time salary. That's what it's for. It's on a federal cycle, whereas we're on the state cycle, and that just carries over for, I think, four months until the next cycle comes in and pays the rest of it. And it's something we've done for the last 12 years. And the amount, I don't think, has changed in the last couple of years. It's been the same, and it's used for the same purpose. And so I just wanted to speak to that. I didn't write that on there, but I also would just like to, I know Mr. Mr. Klein and Mr. Schultz talked briefly about the appropriation. I think it's for a divider to separate the wall between the courthouse and the library. I would just bring to this body's attention that the courts have now, security of the courthouse has changed to where employees of the courthouse have to come in through the front door. And if you close that wall off and ask our employees to park down at the Sheriff's Department, they have to go around the entire block instead of coming up and walking through that opening to come in through the front door. And you're talking about, we didn't make any appropriations or any accommodation for the number of employees that work at the courthouse, when, yes, we did build a garage, but half of it now, I mean, it's full by early in the morning, and it's not all courthouse business. It's about half of the retirement center now have the first floor and part of the second floor, and so you have very limited number. And quite frankly, if you're not there at 8 o'clock and you're running a few minutes late, you don't get to park in the parking garage and walk across the street. And so our employees park wherever right now, and so they do not park at the library parking lot, even though it is a county parking lot. And I'll just say that for what it's worth. Courthouse is a county building with no parking lot. Next door is the library that has a parking lot, and it's a county property. And do with that what you want to do, but I would highly encourage you not to build any structure between the courthouse and the library, because it does nothing but inconvenience everyone.
Thank you, sir. Seeing any other folks who want to speak, we'll go ahead and move on. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I have one correction.
Okay.
On old business D, 5D, it said motion, it said second by Klein, second by Boyd, and I think it just meant motion by Klein, second by Boyd.
Okay.
It's just a clerical thing.
I'll fix it.
As amended?
So moved.
You good? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Was your motion for D1 and 2 or just D? D1.
D1 and 2.
Okay, so we're good. Any objection to that? Did anybody feel we're voting on one? Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to move as quickly.
Can I interrupt you? Can we have our judge and our clerk, our trustees come before your meeting so they can get home?
So you would be requesting to change to move, hold on, which item?
D2 and business D2.
Is that a?
Can we do that right before the report of the finance?
I'm fine if we want to change it. So we're all on the same, we just approved the agenda, so motion to reconsider the agenda. I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, without objection, I will move them to item A under my report. So this is moving 6B, is this 6B2? And 3 to A and B under my report.
Thank you.
Without objection, motion to approve as amended.
It shifts everything else. So moved.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll just do it. So it's gonna be, so this, just for upkeep here, I'm moving, yeah, 2 is now A under my report, and then B2 is now item A under my report, and B3 is now B under my report. Okay,
You're shifting the others forward.
and I'm shifting everything else forward. That's
C,
right.
D, and E.
That's correct. Okay, so moving on now to my report. The trustee requested a new deputy. I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Okay, Mr. Klein, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand that item B2 says requesting new deputy clerk position at $53,000. But when you get into the nuts and bolts of the backup, it says $63,906. Am I correct?
Part of the year, and then there's benefits. It's 53 is the gross annual salary, but she's not asking to start till October 1, so basically 25% of the years are gone, August, September, third of the year, I
Okay.
guess. And then you've got to add in benefits for full-time employee.
Okay.
Calculation was based on the data commission.
Okay. Any other?
Owes that to the commission.
Go ahead, Ms. Boyd. Did that answer your
Yeah,
question?
that
Ms. Boyd, go ahead.
That's what I told her.
I'm all for the employee, I just want a little bit of background. How many, can we get Mr. Finance Director? How many, employees are in the office and how many do we have now?
Can we just, let the trustee talk to the.
Motion to suspend the rule. Second, all in favor?
Because it varies from part to full, and she's kind of
Miss,
concerned about it.
and I have a couple questions too, but go ahead, Ms. Boyd, you were first, and you, go ahead.
Okay. I checked with a couple of other trustees of comparable size. Montgomery County is 7th in population. under 8. They have 10 full-time employees, and they have about 35,000 more people population-wise. I have 6 full-time employees. Wilson County, which is the next one down in population, who has 42,000 less than we do, has 7 full-time employees, so that's 1 more, even though their population is smaller. Over the last 5 years, with all this growth, we have over 11% increase in parcels with all the new construction and things going on. The last number I got from the assessor, and it may have changed since then, we're going to have almost 94,000 parcels this year. That's a lot. Our tax freeze applicants for 24 went up to 1,987. Our tax relief applicants went up to 2,550. For 24, and this is the one that really put the icing on the cake, are all the appeals with the State Board of Equalization. For 24, we had 512. Already for 25, without even having the tax roll in the system yet, it's 1,151. I don't know how many more are going to appeal. That's massive. That is a tremendous amount of work, because we have to go into our system and lock every single one of these parcels so they cannot pay what the bill says, and recalculate the undisputed portion, and only let them pay that amount so we don't have to do a bunch of refunds. It's massive. And like I said, I don't know how many more are going to appeal. So we just had this great increase in our workload, so I really need another.
Sounds like you're doing a great job.
We've been juggling.
Any other question? I apologize, I'm just trying to move us here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of helping you, but was any of this foreseen in July when we approved the new budget for this year?
No, I had no idea that there were going to be that many appeals. I mean, there always are some, but I never dreamed it would jump up that much.
I have a question. So I'll just be honest, I'm very loath to do a new FTE in the middle of a budget cycle. However, I recognize the numbers that you just put out there. What I'm gonna suggest here, and this is what I'm gonna make, and just tell me if this would be totally off base, is that we build a 1-year, 6-month or a 1-year contract, some contract vehicle, so we can apply one-time funds to this and see if this, if the big part of your problem here is these appeals, and maybe you do need a.
It's an increase in everything.
Well, my point here is that maybe you do need a full-time employee, and it's very likely that you do, but that's a part of what we do during the budget cycle. What I would be more in favor of is to put out a contract with a particular statement of work that says, hey, we're going to do this many appeals and continue appeals. We're going to do these particular things under a statement of work. And we run that through the duration of this fiscal year and apply one-time funds to it and see if this burns down and or if this is going to be a continued uptick of work. And then we would consider a true new FTE with next. So you get the work. You'd have the ability to have somebody this year, but we wouldn't be making an FTE until next year. That's kind of where my thought process is. So I just wanted to maybe put that out there and see if you were totally opposed to that.
Of course, I prefer it be permanent, because the parcel count's only going to continue to go up. The people applying for tax relief and tax freeze are going to continue to go up. All of this is going to continue to increase.
Got it. Any other questions?
I mean, you see all the construction everywhere.
Yes, ma'am, I do. And I get it. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So I'm gonna motion to amend. Did you have another question?
No, I was just saying, I think you made a motion, but.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make a motion to amend it, unless there's anybody else in queue. I'll bring us back into the rules. I'm gonna make a motion to amend to do exactly what I just said. And this motion, how many months do we have for the current 10 months to take us to the calendar year, or to the next fiscal year?
I thought she was asking October 1st, but she said you. Okay.
She didn't have a date.
Oh, okay, so you wanted to do this after the commission, so October 1 will be the next month.
So 10 months, 9 months. So what I would like to do is have the amendment to direct the finance office to put forward a contract with, and to work, with our office, to have a statement of work so that we can apply one-time funds to it and apply, I think can we do this with capital, or we can still do it, but we can still do it out of general.
Gotta be capital.
But we can do it out of general without increasing maintenance of effort. We can pull it out of general for a contract, for a 9-month contract, find out get the right number that we would need to have for this, and then, execute on that.
We'd have to go through legal, but you might be able to use a temp agency, I don't know if you want to do contract, because you're looking more for people that are on your front desk doing, taxes versus
that's fine.
Maybe a temp agency.
I want to avoid adding an FTE in the middle of I want to get the work, and I want to avoid adding an FTE to set precedent for doing this. And this may fail, but that's my amendment.
The problem with the temp thing is you're gonna be paying on top of that.
That's okay. I would rather do a little bit more than just add in the middle of we have occasionally gone out of this, but we just got into budget, right? Or we just got out of budget. Now, I understand the concern here, but it puts us in this is a bad precedent, I think, to add, if we have other options, and I think we do.
And I can say on the temp agency, I've used those years ago, but I didn't have, and I'm not trying to speak bad about temp agencies, but I didn't have any.
Well, that's why I wanted to, honestly, that's why I wanted to do a contract, right? So if you do a contract and you find somebody who's good, then you get two things here. One, you have somebody out here that you can test, and then when we do come back next year during the budget cycle, there's somebody in there, and we can either let that person go or move that person forward. I am quite certain we will probably add somebody next.
I don't think you want to do temporary employees, what I think you really want to do.
But if you do a temporary employee, is that going to is that going to add to FTE? I think, I'm going to leave this the way it is. I'm going to go with contract. I'm going to do a contract employee.
That was an FTE.
Full-time employee. Well, we're under, I'm going to go around and I'll get back to you. Ms. Bergdorf.
So on the temporary employee, and I appreciate what you're doing, because I don't like mid-year, I don't like any of that. But I would not want, if I were Cindy or her staff, I would not want to retrain the next person you hire if the contract person doesn't want to stay. So it doesn't make sense to me to have a contract for a temp, and certainly not from a temp agency. So I will not be supporting that.
Okay.
What about part-time?
It's up to you. I mean, if you want to make an amendment.
Well, I can't, there's two motions. I'm just curious why you went the temp route.
So here's what I wanted to do.
I get what you're saying.
What I want to do is not have to retrain anybody. I want to get a person on the books and have that person in there doing the work. And this person would, in theory,
do you think a good person would apply for?
I would imagine if the exact same, if it's the exact same salary that you would get otherwise. I would imagine you could probably do that. That's what I'm trying to solve for.
You've got a year contract with us, Williams is the one that are.
Well, that is what it is.
It's calling the contract, but the problem you're going to run into, they're going to have to be an employee with a contract, because you can't have contractors and employees doing the same thing. They're really going to be an employee. So you're really wanting an employee, a temporary employee, but you're really looking.
Well, you can do that. You have a contract.
Yeah, I don't think you're an employee.
You know what I mean?
They're not a vendor or contractor.
Yeah, I get it. But
They're not going to be able to be contracted labor.
I get it.
They're going to be like employees.
But it's, Ms. Boyd?
I'd like to suspend the rules to allow the trustee to,
Okay, motion second.
because it might save us a lot of time.
All in favor?
Okay,
go
What
ahead.
I wanted to say is, I have a part-time employee that has expressed interest in a full-time position. She's already trained, she knows what's going on, she's a very good employee. So I thought I could move her into this full-time position and then just get another part-time seasonal during tax season to fill her part-time spot.
Would this person have any problem with if there was the same numbers on a contract for, 9 months? The numbers are going to be the same. They'd be a contract employee, they'd still be getting, accruing benefits. It would be a contracted employee. The numbers are all the same. We just wouldn't be adding to your maintenance of effort outside the cycle.
I'm just saying, it's an employee, you can have a contract, your employee may end after 9 months.
that's it. But it would be subject to, you would have to add that person in to your, we would just have to reconsider them during the next budget cycle next year. That's all.
Since rules are suspended, are we sure the maintenance effort is even?
Is,
I don't think
If
the trustee has
if maintenance effort's not there, in theory, we could add it in this.
but I still,
I'm just saying.
When you're saying maintenance effort, you're thinking about sheriff's department. You can't decrease the number of amounts from last year. Highway, 5-year average.
And the mayor's.
well, that's true.
And the mayor's office.
Yeah, that's.
But the trustee, register of deeds, circuit court clerk, if you don't fund them what they feel is adequate, have the right to petition the court within 30 days of the budget. So it's a different situation.
Okay.
It's an annual amount that you guys agree with them, and they have the right to petition if it doesn't work. Either direction.
Just a second, Mr. Hyde, go ahead.
This is not if we're finished with the trustee.
Any other questions for the trustee? Thank you, ma'am.
I was totally in agreement with what you're suggesting until I heard the trustee speak, and I think a lot of sense was made of the situation when she spoke with the comparison of counties. It's something that's not going to go away. Evidently, we're already behind, and believe me, I really don't like mid-year kinds of things, but the kind of things that have been thrust upon some of our people due to the new legislation or the new action of the assessor, we have created a problem for the trustee. I would support fully the equivalent of one position where she could move it the way she wants to. I have changed my mind totally on it upon hearing the facts, but I agree with you that it's typically something that I would not be in favor of, but I think this is very, very reasonable.
Thank you, sir. Any other notes here?
Just from a legal perspective, you have an SOP that you operate with on employees. You start doing this contract stuff, and you're opening up Pandora's box for making sure we're either complying with the SOP or not with the SOP. And we went through a huge pay shift because it was so vague and unclear that if you start bringing this level or range of employee in on a contract basis, I think you're setting yourself up for trouble.
I want to say it can't be a contract or it can be contracted.
I understand that.
So I
It's
mean,
the contract that's the problem.
I appreciate it, and I do appreciate it. I'm gonna leave my amendment as is. Did you have a comment on it? I think we're gonna get votes on it.
I'll go ahead. Quick question. So is there a maintenance of effort with her department or no?
Let me speak to her department, okay. Each year you do your budget. Trustee comes in and does a request, you decrease, increase it. If the trustee within 30 days is not happy, they have a right to petition the court. It's 30 days, I have to go back and verify that, that's my recollection. Hers don't necessarily have a maintenance of effort, but she has a right to petition the court each year by year. Your sheriff has that right, but he also has a maintenance of effort. You can't shrink his amount or numbers.
Right.
Highway department has a maintenance of effort, but he cannot sue you for additional funds. You just got to maintain a 5-year average on local revenues, or you will lose part of the gas tax increase. And it will go to state aid. And then there's a few others, but no, there's not a maintenance of effort has to be more than last year's requirement on it.
Got it.
But when I think of the money we spend at this county, this is not a lot of money, and I know she needs it because I've been in that office many times. So is there anything that's going to break because we added an employee at $63,000?
You're going to use some of your reserves or revenues or possibly excess you have. It's not going to run you into a massive red deficit, something that's small, if that's what you're asking.
That's what I'm asking.
But just to be fair with you, every little thing you do does add up.
Right, I got it.
Any other discussion? Okay, my amendment's on the floor. All in favor of my amendment? Aye.
Did you get a second?
Did I get this? Oh, I didn't get a second. Okay, sorry, you're right. My amendment, is there a second on it? Okay, so we are on the main, and who, Mark, were you the one who had the main? Who was the second? And yours was just to pass as is? Commissioner Harrison, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I'm gonna say no on this one. Okay, motion carries.
Is that?
Wait, is this subject to, is this subject to our new,
Second reading rule, unless you're gonna waive it.
well,
That has to be
Gotta be unanimous.
it's gotta be unanimous.
If Mr. Schofield gets it, then we're actually.
Well, I mean, if you guys,
It's gonna be unanimous.
you guys are gonna have to pull it back up. I don't wanna.
I'll make a motion to reconsider.
I'll second.
Okay. Do you,
I didn't mention it when there was objection.
is it with, oh man, part of me wants to play hardball on this, but sometimes you, a wise person once told me that you've only got so much water in that water bucket, so, all in favor? Aye. All opposed?
You didn't want a second.
Oh,
That was just the motion to reconsider.
yeah, okay.
Now, I'll make a motion to approve.
With
waiving
waiving the second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Wood.
Look at her.
I promise you, I am.
I know you, yes, ma'am, I'm a stickler on certain things. It's not you,
You want me to speak to item B while it comes in?
yes, let's go ahead and move on to item B, which is, this is drugs for 45,000 DMH. Go ahead.
As the judge said, it's complete flow through. The only reason it don't appear in your regular budget is final approval usually doesn't come into August, and it came in August.
Motion
to approve. Just the start in there.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. For the appointment of the nonprofit, I typically do this with an email. Without objection, I'll do this with an email again this year. Any objection to that? All right, we can move that one on. All right, we'll see. Yeah, she's fun. I don't think she wants to do it. I think she's going to run for school board. Yeah. Okay, so I'll do that one. Let's move on to the SWIG grant. So, okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Can you suspend him what does until you?
Yeah, well, let's get a motion on the floor first. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion. Second. This is,
You're under item C.
item C, this is SWIG grant. This is what we just considered during, legislative. It's $12 million.
A deployment, B, C, D, I'm sorry, D.
Yeah, sorry, D, you're right. But it's the SWIG grant. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion now to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about what, goodness, this is a lot of money.
Okay, so $12 million came from the state legislature to appropriate for phase 2 for Portland, Gallatin, so basically we're going to be a pass-through agency. At this point in time, Community Development Partners is a partner with the city of Portland. They're asking you to pass the legislation to allow the county mayor to sign the contract. Contract has not been written at this point in time, for lack of better terminology. As of today, we have been able to access TDEC's website. We've been able to look to see what information is provided to us that we need to upload into the system. But as far as what sureties are needed or what caveats may be included in that contract, we do not have any idea. So the recommendation at this point in time is, because legal has not reviewed it, neither the finance director or myself, is to not allow this to go through, this community development resolution to go through at this point in time.
To not allow.
To not allow it because we don't know exactly what it's going to entail long term.
Do we stand, the question is, do we stand to lose anything if we, because what I understood from our last budget.
Yeah, that's not the way it was left.
What I understood from the
He
legislature
called on that question.
is that, because because I'm with you, because this came out of nowhere. I like
This is subsequent
This
information.
is subsequent information that came out at 3:45 today with the conversation.
So let me ask you I'm gonna tell you where I'm at, and I want to, it's a very specific piece of question. If we're gonna lose $12 million, I'll hold my nose and vote for this one, even though I don't know anything about it, because I don't wanna, risk losing that. But if we're not gonna lose it, then I would like to keep this. So what is the timeframe, and are we at risk of losing anything if we postpone this for a month?
So right now, your time frame is, you all being the county itself, county mayor would have to meet with the city of Portland, city of Gallatin to figure out who wants to divvy up the funds, how much each entity was going to receive, number one. Number two, the state still has to write the contract, and we would still have.
So it could be divvied up?
30-60, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a thing.
I don't think you're answering the question though that he's asking.
When do we have to act?
When do we need to act? Like, if we delay it tonight, it will not go for commission approval until October.
You are good.
What is it, when is not good? When is
not good, it's when you start getting closer to the end of the fiscal year.
So next, the fiscal year is not, till end of fiscal year is not till next.
30th. He has to be under contract, it is a multi-year contract.
Okay.
How
So we
did
need to be under contract by June 30th.
How did it get here, with this resolution from, this early with no contract and TDEC not knowing anything about it? How did it get here?
That's a good question.
So we met with Portland, Gallatin, Sumner County, and Westmoreland all meets every Thursday to discuss the Safe Water Infrastructure Grant. Community Development Partners pushed this on us saying that it was forwarded to County Mayor last month to get it approved because they were under the time frame of November. The key term here is the time frame of November because they want to piggyback and continue some of the operations for the city of Portland and some of the other areas in order to keep the projects flowing.
They're out of money.
Well, it sounds like they're trying to keep the cost down, like if you've already got.
Go ahead, hold on a second, go ahead, Mr. Becker.
But it
But they got
passed,
flow.
Right, go ahead, Mr. Becker.
it passed through legislative with two contingencies. One is that it passes through budget, and two, that the legal approves of the contract. So, in theory, we could,
But there is no
You are.
contract.
yeah, so it'd be contingent on the,
Yeah.
on the contract.
Okay, let me get, I know we're out of rules, but go ahead.
This is the 20-inch line that's running up 31E, and then it's got a 16-inch line running to Portland that was upsized. This is the $30 million that was taken out of the county's hands and put in Gallatin's, correct?
This is phase 2 of the water line extension project. So it encompasses not only that, but you're also looking at the water tower that was built in Portland.
Right.
As
The
far
Silver
as-
Springs Bethpage Water Utility District is part of this.
So you would have all of those entities come together.
Okay, I thought it was called SWIFT. You're calling it SWIFT.
Safe Infrastructure
Grant.
Safe Water Infrastructure Grant.
Okay. Yeah, well, they ran 12 million short because they upsized all the lines to accommodate growth in the county. That's the long and short of it.
Oh, I know.
Well, as Chairman Becker said here, you could go ahead and just send it forward with the contingency that all contracts should have a money. If not, the commission
But
simply
we don't
kills it.
need all these things with
That's where I'm confused now, because with me, when I first got in the loop, it was that it needed to be done to get it to commission this month.
That's where,
And because something was gonna stop. Now with the subsequent information, I don't know what the timeline is anymore, so.
that's what,
Sorry. Go ahead, you're in.
that, two things. One, that's what Mayor Callis has told both of us, is that time is up the end of the year.
tell you guys?
About 1:30 exactly.
Okay, so y'all got it, I was gonna say, y'all got it a week ago.
That's when I called you.
Okay.
Who's the group that you mentioned? Kind of.
But then also,
Well, hold on, he's
hold on.
finished. Go ahead,
Also,
go ahead.
you said June 30th, but then you just said November too, so now I'm very confused.
June 30th is when the state fiscal year, so we need to be under contract before them at that point in time. We're dealing with the SWIG at the meeting. They said that it needed to be done and under contract in November to keep all the work going.
So wait, okay, let me.
So if we miss November, then, hold on, if
Go
we
ahead.
miss November, crews stop, and then we gotta pull them back out there to start all over again,
Yeah.
which is gonna be more money.
That's just to make, so we're talking about two separate things, and I think we're saying the same thing. The grant money is good until next year, next fiscal year. The contract execution that's the other timeline we're talking about.
Yes.
But that nearer one is still not till November.
That one is not till November.
But let's be clear that they need to have it done at the 1st of November to keep some work stopped. We have to get it
You're right.
approved. We still gotta get it approved through the state, the contracts back, so that November one's really tight. You probably run.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not a voting member of this committee, but I might suggest, if we wanted to, move forward with the contingency.
That's what I'm
And then, next Monday night, if we need to pull it from the agenda, we can do that at that point.
All right.
At least it's on the.
Yeah, I think that's what this body is about to come
We
to.
could send it
Go,
back to them.
go ahead. Is there any, did you have anything else? Okay, does anybody want to make, I'm gonna bring us back into, any other questions? Thanks, sir. Bring us back under rules. Does anybody have a motion on this? Was there a motion to approve? Who made that motion?
Struggle.
Okay, so I would like to contingent with, basically, we are taking the same approach that legislative did.
That's exactly.
So it is contingent on a legal review, and on a legal review and approval. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Does that have to be, because it's not appropriation, so we're okay, so it can move forward. I'm almost with you. Yeah.
There's too many questions.
All right, we're gonna move forward on this. So the next one is carryover for sheriff's office. This is a request that I got. Okay, second. All in favor? Aye. It's $14,000.
Can we adjust it to actual, it's 14?
That's adjusted actuals, no more than 14,000, up to. So the next one, without objection, I would like to, move us to the 14th. Do I need I don't think I need a motion for this. I would just like to move us to the 14th at 6:30, so same time that we would typically go. Anybody, without objection? Okay, that's what I'd like to set our new time at. The county mayor is not available today. Mr. Lyon, go ahead.
The first thing, just a memorandum telling you the financial statements are available. A short note, we have closed our book. Everything looked as good as or better than what we estimated for year end, so you had a good year. A very strong year, and the financials are on the website at this point, if anybody's interested. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
The next item is just starting with transfers. The first one's a payroll line item. Sessions, just temporary, hired a full,
motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Item A and B is
That was to say, go ahead.
Item B is the sheriff's department still trying to fill up all the jailers hard.
Motion to approve. This is not new money, right? This is just
Yes, sir.
motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Next is just line item transfers for several line
Any
items.
notes on this from anybody? Motion to approve. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
The next one is, we're down to the volunteer fire department. This will need two things. If you approve tonight, it will need to be published, and legal's gonna do it tomorrow. And then, county commission will need to approve this.
So can you give us an overview? Is this just,
This is the extra money the fire departments got together, and they wanted each, my understanding, when they're here, they wanted each fire department to get the same amount, not fire.
so is this new funding or is this
No, that's the amount.
distribution of
That's
funding? Okay,
distribution
got it.
of
Ms. Boyd.
Just for clarification, because during this last budget, it came up a couple of different times that we were giving them this amount of money, and this is the one-time thing, that's been the one-time thing, that's been the one-time thing. So if we're gonna lump it all together, we're gonna have that conversation again. So I'm just wondering if we could give them their allocation, two pieces. One is their nonprofit allocation, as well as their, again, one-time thing, that's the third one-time thing, or we quit saying that. Maybe we quit saying that, maybe that's okay too. But it's confusing at budget, if we could just clear that up.
We're gonna dance this dance. I agree with you, but we're gonna dance this dance. This
We
is why
cannot
during,
clear that up tonight, okay?
we're not gonna, and this is why during legislative, I think we unanimously moved to try to move this forward to see if we put it out to vote for the
So
Senate.
I was just simply asking for us to give them two line items.
Do you wanna make an amendment?
I'll make a motion to give them two line items with their two pieces. So the one, our nonprofit, as well as the one that we're calling a one-time.
Are you able to separate that out simply?
It's gonna become odd amounts, because one amount was 200,000, one was.
I was gonna say, if it's gonna be crazy.
These are only a notice attachment, kicking, hitching itself to one of them.
All right, is there a second to Ms. Harris?
I'll withdraw it.
All right,
We could note in the resolution that it does include so many dollars at one time, but not give the distribution.
yeah, well, let's,
Yeah,
with,
somehow
that,
rotate it.
just note it.
Would that be good?
That would be good.
Okay.
Okay, so who had was there a motion to approve this? I don't know if there was.
So,
Second.
I'd like just an amend, or do you have it where you have the motion annotation? So is the second good with that? An annotation of a certain amount being one time? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously.
Item E is library, if you look under state
All right.
statutes, and I'm not gonna read it verbatim, but, well, maybe I'll read it. The members of the library board shall organize by electing officers and adopting bylaws and regulations. They've done. The board shall have the authority to direct all affairs of the library, including the authority to appoint library administrators. Hendersonville Library right now has no director, it has no interim director. Talking to, and we've seen some of the bylaws, their chairman, her understanding is that she's the representative on these things, and their bylaw says it has to be by the director or interim director. Hendersonville has no interim director, so at this point, her assertion is that the, library employees down there have to wait for their cost of living until the library board meets and approves the director and interim director. Number two is the issue we're running into that's not worse for these employees, but worse, is bad overall, or maybe even worse, is they can't hire employees, and they've had turnover, so they don't have enough full part-time employees. So the mayor contacted me and said he had one of two choices: shut down the library, or we're gonna hire additional employees in Gallatin and let them work in Hendersonville. We took that choice. You guys can fuss at me, but right now I thought it was better than, and it's his only other choice, so that's where we're at right
What do you
now.
need from us?
I think you really needed to send to the county commission probably, and make out the legal directing the library board to have a meeting and to resolve this to the chairman. She needs to call a meeting, they need to have a
Why is
quorum.
there no director or interim director?
They haven't appointed one, and
They haven't appointed one, because
she told me on August 13th they were gonna deal with this, and we're up in, what is it, September?
there have been multiple people put up there. I won't say who, we don't agree, people don't agree on who should be there, I'll just leave it at
The
that.
problem is right now is causing grief for the employees and the employees working in the libraries is where it's really going.
So what if they don't, she doesn't,
Chairman, I will have-
go ahead, Mr. Hyde.
You're getting ready to say what I was going to say. What if they don't agree to do this, and we have one library in the county not being paid what other libraries
Right.
are? That's totally ridiculous, and they wouldn't stand up in court. There's no way they would stand up in court if an employee challenged that. What I'm hearing said here is something that's pretty broad. It doesn't say salaries, does it?
It says direct all affairs, so.
All affairs.
So what you've got is, when you budget your librarian, it says librarian, and it doesn't say 10 librarians, one librarian, and how much a librarian makes. So they've given that authority to the directors and or if an interim, to determine what these employees make. If they don't have a director, then it really, my understanding, I've talked to Lee, it falls back onto the library board. So right now, it's on the library board to resolve this issue.
Well, what I'm getting ready to say is we cannot accept any kind of thinking that we've got to ask a library board if we can pay them one amount and everyone else getting something else. We can't start that. I make a motion that we pay the employees at Hendersonville Library what we have set and what other librarians are making, and if our legal director doesn't have anything to do, he can
Well, let them sue
work
us.
for us and, defend us, but I make that informal.
Second.
Mr. Howard, can you instead just say for them to be provided their cost of living, because each
Yes.
library people don't make that.
I'll second that. If you may be good with this, I would either like to amend it or, ask the motion maker to also direct the library board to have a meeting. So,
I don't wanna do that because, in my motion, because, or you could do it as an amendment, but we cannot start. We have so many boards, committees, and.
that's fine. You know what, it's fine. I don't want these people not
asking
getting,
everyone, will you give your employees this salary?
it's fine. We can just leave it alone. I don't wanna be in a situation where we're not paying folks. So,
And just to tone it down, I think the resolution needs to be geared more towards that it be a commission resolution that the pay for all library employees across the county be equalized to what it should be based on the
However you
budget.
think.
we passed a budget that had this broken out by line item.
We could give them employees the budgeted cost of living.
The budgeted cost of living.
Give them their budgeted increases or cost of
Correct,
living.
and so it gives you top coverage to do that.
The thing is, you don't want to say equalize because you've got employees because of longevity and different things make it.
So can we, Mr. I can, go ahead.
Would you want to consider back pay of July 1?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I was interpreting it. So I wanted to make sure that was, so that's a good point, you probably need to put that in there.
So, Mr. Hyde, will you restate your motion?
My motion is, to include the legal director now, since, he said that, but the thrust of mine is to direct the county to pay all library
As budgeted?
employees as budgeted.
As budgeted.
And direct the legal director to do that in the form that he thinks is, most sound.
Is that good? All right, I'm good with that. But that includes the back pay, right? That includes it.
I just want to make sure.
So, that, you understood it that way, I understand it that way. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Hold up, before we move,
Yes.
what about the other employees?
Right now, what we're doing is Gallatin's hired an extra full-time. They've hired several part-times, and they're being sent down to Hendersonville to keep the library running. They're gonna run out of money in a couple of months, so that's what I think right now.
That's my question.
The best action is to direct, if you can direct as much, the library board to have a meeting and resolve.
That's not a budget, that's not a budget thing. I already said what I'm gonna do on the board. Maybe it's a different person, but we're gonna put somebody on that board and we need to have a freaking
We'll
meeting.
send it back to the legislative committee and ask them to take action.
All right, Ms. Boyd and then Ms. Bergdorf.
I just, as a general question, how do we instruct them to have a meeting when the chairwoman has left the county? How do we do that?
Well, there are several things you can do. You can, vote to remove the chairman. You can appoint somebody, go ahead.
Could we have the chairman? Could we have the chairman come in and swear on an affidavit that leads law director?
You can do whatever you want within, and I'm probably speaking out of turn
Letting us know
here.
where she sleeps at night?
You could do a whole bunch of things, but that's the time here is,
She's supposed to be a county employee. She has moved away. From what we have heard, she has moved out of county.
We just very simply, Mr. Chairman, need to go ahead and give these employees a salary.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's already dealt with.
It's already dealt with.
I just want
And more
take forward.
library board
We got
members
tax-
also-
that's what I want to cover.
But here's the thing.
That's about to be a budget issue, is the Gallatin.
Couple months.
And this is gonna be a,
It'll be a couple of months.
But my point is that what you're asking, the action that needs to be had here is not a budgetary thing. We are reacting to the fact that there has been, something is derelict, right? Like we're not doing,
That's a good
I don't
word.
know.
Where did you hear that word?
I think it's a legal
Did
question.
you read that somewhere today?
the point is, we have, and I'm not going,
It's a legal question.
We all did, didn't we? How was professional?
let's keep going. We know,
no, my question is, what do we do with Gallatin when they run out of money? That is a budget.
What I would think right now is you want to defer it back to legislative. It's a legal issue.
yes, correct.
Determine if they want to look to remove the chair, give them a directive to send it, or whatever they can
Fine,
do.
I just want to make sure Gallatin's not gonna get
Right now, looking at the
crapped
major
on because they're
categories,
trying to help.
under the major category chart of account, it's libraries and totalities. So right now, unless I'm directed by you guys, when they run out of money, I'm not gonna tell them to stop, because you're gonna shut down Hendersonville.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've solved the immediate problem. We can't
Take it back
solve
to legislative.
Okay.
until we
I
get,
just want to make sure Gallatin's.
I'm just
not
requesting
supported
that you
as
send it back to legislative.
let's, without objection here, let's move forward.
What?
I'm requesting the committee vote to send it back to legislative.
For what?
To go back to figure out how they can deal with the issue.
Staffing shortage.
They're not appointing a director, and they don't have.
The legislative can just take that up. I mean,
So we're going forward with the.
we're going forward with the budget.
Yeah.
So we're
all clear, we're moving forward.
we're moving forward with the budget, and legislative can just take that up. So, he's right here, so we're good. All right, arbitrage.
Number two, you budgeted arbitrage, we're finishing the calculation, it's gonna be paid in September, it'll be less than budgeted, my understanding. We're gonna ask the mayors, your, agents to sign it, just to give you, the heads up, and we will bring you back the actual amount. Does anybody want to discuss what arbitrage is? Basically, excess earnings.
Correct.
And that is the end of my report.
Okay, old business, so this is one of my favorite ones here, and I'm gonna need you to fill me in a little bit more. So, on the city of Gallatin, so, we have received a spreadsheet of
Did you start from the top down?
deductions of what the city thinks that the city of Gallatin believes that they owe us, so go ahead.
Good news and go to bad.
Yeah.
Good news and go to bad, and then go to good or bad, however you want to interpret it.
All right, go ahead.
Number one, the contractors installed the stuff on the Franklin Street that everybody's talking about.
We've done what we said.
We're waiting for the final inspection. Number two, and let's go to this one that came up. The original plan for the courthouse contains crosswalks that goes across, I believe it's a state road in the middle of the city, between the garage. A lighted crosswalk. Right now, the city's assertion is, as far as I understand it, that we are supposed to put in the crosswalk because it was on the plans approved. The estimate of that thing is between $60,000 and $70,000. I went and looked at the budget for this. We take every miscellaneous line item that wasn't used, and he said all in, 60 to 70, probably all in, about 90, David. So if we take all the money from there, we're going to come in somewhere, be able to cover the 90 if you want to. My initial response, I had Scott to email back to the city of Gallatin asking whether we contractually agreed to put a crosswalk across basically their road, And their response was, they sent us back one of the screenshots, and I'm gonna hold it up to you, and you can make your decision, of the plans that they sent us, and it does show a lot of crosswalks across the plan, so, my question is, do you want to?
Was this agreed on? Is there a signature anywhere?
We asked for that, but their engineer, fair enough, did send us the plans they have down there that did include it, so. Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where, one, we've asked for written MOU, some agreement where we've agreed to. They haven't provided that, but they have provided us plans that do, and we have those plans.
What would it cost? So how much have they deducted? How much total have they deducted?
Okay, this is my question that I sent back to you on the email. They sent this spreadsheet, it's in everybody's, I think this is everybody's packet.
I think I forwarded that to everybody.
Of all the ways.
It has a whole lot of stuff put on there, and as I say, it was done at the time by somebody else who's running this. I wasn't involved directly about these agreements. My only question is, there's a lot of them that says waived on there, so why are they sending, if it's waived, why are we asking?
So here's what I'm gonna make a motion to do. I motion that we, direct our attorney to, send a statement to the, city of Galveston that, for the full amount, and to prepare, make preparations if we need to escalate it. It states that we will make escalations further. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Boyd.
I think I understand the way. This is my interpretation, but I think I understand what this is. I believe, this is what I would think they're doing. And initially, they waived those fees as partners with us in this project, but I believe that it looks like those fees are now back on the table. Whereas an item that has not been waived, I would say we properly paid at the time. And I think that would be my interpretation of why these say waived.
That was my question.
And then, I still think we should question it, but I think that's it. And I'd like to speak to the crosswalk. I have walked across from the garage, and we really do need that little bit crosswalk there. It's really close, it's bad planning, but we really do need it.
Mr. Harrison.
So my question is, has anyone totaled up the amount that they're showing waived and showing what they are basically coming back to and saying, hey, this is really big, from their version?
Looks like it's 470, almost 476.
I did, but I don't remember.
That's
about half.
That's about half.
It's about half.
So I guess then my question would be, I mean, to stop this continually cutting our nose off to spite our face and to move on with this, maybe we just accept half, and then, you can't fight every fight.
You're right. Can't fight every fight. I'll fight this one though.
But us also pay for the crosswalk and be done.
Is that an amendment?
I'm just asking a question.
There's
a motion on the floor.
What I would tell you is that, here's my take on it.
Because this has been on here since we've been
Right.
in office.
And
we know we're closer to settling it than we were 3 years ago.
what I would tell you is, sitting in this seat, my job is to take the best interest of the county and the county budget. And if I were in, the city of Galveston, I'm sure I would be doing the opposite. But in that seat, I believe that this feels like a last-minute change and bad negotiation. And when you give in to bad negotiation, it elicits bad behavior going forward. I would personally rather spend $1 million on a lawsuit to recover $500,000 to make sure that we give the right signal going forward that we're not going to put up with it.
But you're still, if you're spending $1 million to get $500,000, you're still the budget chair.
But I'm thinking of long term. Go ahead, Mr. Hyde.
I disagree a little bit with, I understand my friend, Commissioner Harrison, wanting to settle it, move on at a less amount, but, this is where a few years on the commission comes in handy, occasionally. I had asked, some time ago about, well, when I was on the legislative committee, I kept asking updates on why they had not paid us, and I think I know now why they had not paid us, and, kept stalling. Secondly, we have and they had to bore down very deep to, build, pillars to hold those structures up. But we built it downtown because they wanted the jail downtown. That would help them, and lawyers, business, everything else. Then they come to us and they want a library. And there were a lot of places with, a lot more parking and everything else where a library could be built. And what did we do? We built a library because they wanted it downtown. And now we just want to, what we thought was a cooperative agreement in working with them on this building, that they wanted where? Downtown. They wanted this building downtown. Over and over and over again. But then slap us in the face when, we just want to live up to an agreement that was made. So I'm in full agreement with the chairman. I'm ready to go to the mat on this.
Before we go down to any really hard road, it may not be advantageous just to ask the city mayor to come down and tell why she thinks, what the original agreement was and why she thinks these are back on the table or off the table and what everybody she thinks they agreed to. Because right now, I was at a phone call and there when we understood we were getting this money, but I wasn't at the table with these original agreements, so I don't really know firsthand.
Well, go ahead, Mr. Klein.
Just my thought.
Yeah, and I'm fine if we wanted the mayor to come down here, but in business, you have written documents. And we have fudged on written documents the entire time that I've been on this commission. We did it with the spider web of electrical stuff between the courthouse and the parking structure that we ended up paying for. And they said, well, that was a swap for work done down on Smith Street. I don't know that that was exactly true. But we have given and given. Commissioner Hyde's right. We have given and given and given. And, you know, if they can come up with a document that says we're going to pay for all this stuff, or that we were going to pay, I agree, we need the lighted crosswalk because everybody is jaywalking there all day long. And somebody's going to get hit and hurt. But still, where is the document that says we're going to pay for it?
And, I mean, I'm happy to let a judge settle it out. Any other discussion on this? Okay, my motion, just to restate it, is, to ask and I'm happy that the mayor can, or any representative can come here and speak at their leisure, and we will be happy to hear them. My motion still stands, which is to direct our law office, to build a letter stating that we expect the full agreed upon sum of $907,496.25, and are prepared to move forward with whatever action is necessary in order to recover it. That's my motion.
Yes.
Mr. Hyde was good with it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
I'm going to be opposed just because Mr. Long said he wasn't in on the first agreement, and we don't know what we said and what they're going to have, so I'm just going to withhold my
I can tell you that they
objection.
come
I'm just
in.
going to object until I get more information.
I was asked to put
But
in.
it'll still, y'all will pass, I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Mr.
I was asked to put into the budget by, I believe it was the commissioner at the time. So I went and talked to Mr. Holden. We actually did call we called the city, and it was one of their aldermen said they had voted for then our actual current mayor does have a copy of it. They actually approved this. So we did know they did approve the amounts, but I wasn't involved in any of this.
So the motion's
Right here, if it exists.
the motion's been had. We've had discussion. All right. Well, it's getting done. I mean,
It's not getting.
well,
We're at a stalemate.
well, you know, we can, if you want to make a motion
I'll
to
make
change.
a motion to do the lighted crosswalk because it's a hazard.
I would say that.
And according to this email, if I'm reading it right from Mr. Tuttle, that's what's holding up our.
I'll make a motion, okay, I'm happy to support that as amended, that all funds toward that are split between us and, the city of Galveston. Any funds spent going forward, it is subsequent to a written agreement that they have to,
But it wasn't going
subject, it is
forward, though.
contingent to a written agreement that any funds we expend is contingent. It's gonna take time, all they gotta do is sign a piece of paper.
Who's responsible for the safety, though? Is it us or them? The city, I can tell you as an attorney, we're gonna sue everybody.
So look, here, my amendment is very simple, all they have to do is sign a piece of paper. I said a very similar thing to my city mayor. Over
I have a motion, you have your.
I have a motion,
But wait,
well, wait, we don't have a second for my motion yet. Is there a second for my motion?
I need a question before.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that, you said funds going forward.
No,
Is
any funds for the expended for the crosswalk are contingent. We will not spend them unless we get a statement, written statement from the city of Galveston that they will cost share.
Well, we haven't carried over the funds, so it's stuck right now, so basically.
My question is that gonna be considered, it feels like you're trying to consider that as something new.
It can be new, because these are stuck. These are, so the way I'm understanding is that, is that we're stuck. And because we're stuck, I'm saying, hey, so it's a new thing, it's a new project.
But they're
We're
saying,
stuck over here.
in the original plans, you said crosswalk, so it's not new.
Well, I'm saying we are happy, we're saying, yeah, it was in there, but that it was, we don't know whether that was agreed upon or not. They're saying it's agreed upon, we're saying it may not be agreed upon. I'm saying, I'm happy to agree upon it now, contingent on them paying half. And just to note, at one point, just 2 weeks ago, I thought that there was a road that was shared by the city of Hendersonville. It ended up being that is a Hendersonville-only road. I called Mayor Clary and I said, if we want to improve this, I'm happy to advocate for spending half of it. That's where I sit in Hendersonville. I'm applying the exact same logic, half and half. So my motion is that we set aside if we want to do it, happy to do it, set aside new funds, but it's contingent on, them approving. Go ahead, Ms. Boyd, or excuse me, Ms. Bergman. Go ahead.
You don't have a second to your motion.
I don't. So people are asking about it. I don't have a second. Does anybody make a second?
I'd like to clarify something. What you're wanting to do is to continue on with the project that's in direct conflict with the money that we're asking for. He's absolutely right, because their argument is that it's a part of this.
Well,
So if their legal representation, if it were me, is gonna say, if you do that, you're acquiescing to the terms.
Well, it sounds to me like they don't care about public safety.
I'm not disagreeing.
My motion stands. Does anybody want to second it? Okay, it fails. All right, Ms. Boyd, that's twice, Ms. Bergdorf. Do you have a comment? My motion failed.
It was on your question. Well,
Okay.
the question, I did have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Of information. How much money does the city of Hendersonville owe the county right now?
Depends, various, it depends on, but the city of Hendersonville did pay, the true up for the reappraisal, whereas the city of Galveston has not. So if we want to go down this path, why don't we just start throwing up things they owe us, you know what I mean?
Simple question.
Anyhow.
Thank you.
I would second your motion if you would include, the fact that we will consider this as a special project, at a future date, and we're giving us enough time to see what happens with, the legal situation.
60 days, 90 days?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Special project.
I will make my motion to be a special project, to be started, considered no.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Yeah.
50, and it is contingent, just the crosswalk only, and it is contingent to be split 50-50 with an agreement to split 50-50.
But we won't take any action until we know.
All right,
What did you say, how many days?
90 days.
Let's say 60.
Oh, 60's fine,
Okay.
60.
So, just to be clear, 60 days, are we saying
No earlier than 60
we
days.
will start working on it, or we'll start talking about it again? I understand how these talks go.
So we will not we're not gonna put any funds toward it until no earlier than 60 days from now. So we're not
Talking about it.
allocating anything. We're basically giving them, we're saying, we're here to help. Is there any further discussion on this?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr.
I think
Clerk.
the design is already done.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the design is done.
okay. So,
It's just, it was never
But
determined who was gonna pay.
for everybody's information, if you read Nick's email, it says, we will not issue a CO until this crosswalk is done, which means we will charge you $3,018 every few months until this crosswalk is finished.
I think we
Oh,
have a
who's that? Who's
certificate of
charging us
occupancy.
well,
What page?
We don't have a certificate of occupancy, we are occupying it, but we are not, it's a temporary CO,
What page?
117.
well, if they want to move us off that, that's fine. So here, I have my motion. Any other discussion on this one? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Yes.
So you're opposed? Let's do this one again. All in favor, raise your
Can
hand.
you clarify, was that 60 or 90 days?
60 days. 60 days. All
I'll
in
go
favor?
60.
Okay.
I'll go 60
Mhm.
All right. All opposed? One opposed. Okay, motion carries. So now I'm confused. Are we back on the main to send that? No, we already did that. We already voted on that. Okay, so we're good. I think, any other discussion on this one? I think we're good. Okay. Merrill Hyde Magnet School electric meters for the soccer field. Okay.
My understanding is they
Go ahead.
took care of it, but you were gonna go talk to,
I
Dr. Langford.
I actually made a call, and we have not, so I have called him, but we did not finish this. Nothing's gonna break on this, right?
Right, I think you probably just need to maybe pull it off the agenda unless the school approaches you.
I think this, our end of it got resolved already.
Yeah.
So this is just a
All right.
school board thing.
Then that's fine, let's just remove it.
He did one of these, so it was one of the meetings.
Without objection, I'm happy to remove this. Okay.
Motion to group and approve 6A, 1 through 5.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. FY 2025 CARES 2026 budget, any item of note on these?
These are just your existing projects we're carrying over or distribution of the opioid fund for the actual.
Okay, motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? We already handled 2 and 3. Request from the sheriff to include a remodel of, so I think this is $220,000 now, so I'm gonna motion to approve, architectural fees up to $220,000, not $250,000 out of capital. Local capital.
Second.
All in favor?
Waiting second.
Yes.
Second.
Yes. The second's good with it. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. City of Westmoreland, that one's struck. City of Hendersonville, request to receive half the Phillips estate, so I'm gonna,
Make a motion.
go ahead.
I would like to leave this contingent upon the city of Hendersonville and the county deciding who owns the library.
Second. Second, contingent on an agreement on ownership. I absolutely second this.
Y'all don't have to have a date.
What?
The library board.
No, I'm just thinking about the county at this point, we need to decide.
I could not-
I agree.
My question is, the county.
Hold on. Just a second, she was in queue, and then I'll just, go ahead, Ms. Boyd.
If I could just add, because this just circles us right back around like a year and a half ago.
It does.
An agreement that does
Welcome to
not
government.
include a reverter for Hendersonville, because that's where we stopped at last time, so I just want to put that in so we can take a few
But
steps forward.
I agree. I'm
So
all,
I would just like to add that,
are you good? So it's an agreement that does not have a reverter clause. Are you good with that?
A reverter for the city of Hendersonville?
that's where the
I know.
conversation ended last time.
I do not have a stipulation. I want an agreement from
I'm fine
between
either
the
way.
county
Just let it
and
All right,
the city to decide who owns the physical.
Mr. Long and Mr. Hyde, Mr. Long.
The only thing I can say is everybody's focusing on the ownership of the building. The county's the fiscal agent of the library. We run all their finances. The Hendersonville gives $50,000. They bring in about $19,000 worth of fees. Their annual operating cost this year budgeted is $953,329. The county, by and large, covers all the operations of the library, so I'm not really sure of how the $156,000 we're talking about is really material compared to the $1 million the county
I have a,
boarding up there.
Okay, just a second, just a second.
That's my.
Mr. Hyde, then Ms. Boyd, then Ms. Bergman. Mr. Hyde.
I had said once before, and I'll reiterate it, that, if the city of Hendersonville wants a library,
12 going I make a motion.
I don't think that they want the expense for the library.
They would need that about $880,000.
Ms. Boyd, go ahead.
So I would like to make a motion that we send the legislation
Legislation.
to legislative committees to give Hendersonville that library.
Including
And
operations.
they can have the oversight.
And the operation,
No, this is a very important distinction, it's operations. You're divesting
Operations.
yourself completely operationally and of the physical location.
See, we play just as hardball with Hendersonville as we do with Gallatin. We're fair. All right, I'll second your motion to send that to legislative.
I can just add it
Okay, there we go.
in that way.
There we go. It's added. Any other discussion on the library? Excellent. Okay, now let's move on to the next painful item, which is the interim.
We didn't vote on it.
Just real quick, Mr. Sittler, will you help me
She does.
remember?
She's just gonna add it.
Yes, I will. Thank you, sir.
There's no action, y'all took.
No, wait, no, because we still need to vote on yours. We need to vote on yours. You're right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we are now on, Ms. Bergdorf's motion. So there's two things going on. Legislative is gonna take this up to just give the operation and,
Well, then I will withdraw my motion.
Okay,
If
so-
it's going to legislative.
so we'll just withdraw that motion and now we can move forward.
Does this need to stay under old business?
I don't think it does. I think we can strike it because this is getting taken up by legislative.
Didn't have to get kicked back over anyway,
So that's fine. All right, so let's move now to interim finance director. Yes, go ahead, and I've got a question. Well, motion to, what's the motion that we need here?
Well, right now.
Because we approved the funding. We approved $50,000. That just got sent through.
That's to hunt the person, this is talking about when I leave.
Oh, I'm
You're not
sorry.
gonna have
Yes,
somebody more
yes,
reliable
I'm
here
tracking.
when I
I'm
leave.
sorry. You're right.
November 1st, I'm gonna retire, so that means October, or November 1st, say you need somebody here. Ms. Browning will take over at that point, but by and large, you've got this resolution saying they make 50% of the difference, and that was done because, the point was, is somebody had said something on the commission, you wanted to limit to 50%, so there's been a lot of discussion of 50%. My question is, by and large, what's technically happened in the past, when you have an interim director, they make the same as the finance director. I'm a CPA, she's not, so there may be a little disparity there, I'm thinking maybe about 15% for CPA.
I motion to approve I would motion to approve 85% of, our current finance, director's salary, for an interim, for a period of, until employment, until selection and employment of the new. So that's my motion.
As Ms. Brown?
I mean, whoever it's gonna be.
Well, Ms. Brown is your assistant.
Yes, so,
I second.
okay, we have. a
Who
motion.
would actually appoint that interim?
County commission.
The full commission, that's all. I didn't
Yeah, but
know it needed to
We
come from
already
this.
did in financial management.
Gotcha.
181 financial management.
Go ahead.
Commissioners.
I know that there are requirements
Not
for
for
that
the
position.
financial management.
Hold on a second, guys. Go ahead.
Are there requirements for that position, because David, you told me about, can we legally, okay, she is not a CPA.
Under the 81, which is the large nature of which one you're under, she'll meet that one, and that's, we'll just say that one. Under the 12, she would not, but the assistant, she meets and could act in my stead. My thing is, I'm just asking for official to say she's interim director until this is dealt with.
Well,
I don't think that requirement missing at this point would be an issue.
but that was done by the,
Financial
finance
management
management.
already
Did you need it by the full commission?
I think usually when you do something like
All
that.
right, so here's what I'll do, just to make it super, super clean. I will make a motion, I'm gonna change my motion to appoint, and this will need to go to the full commission, to appoint Ms. Browning as the interim finance director at a rate of 85% of Mr. Long's, current rate. Okay, motion is second.
Until Phil takes
We
it on
already
the side.
appointed her.
But what Mr. Long was saying is that, just to be extremely safe on this, that it should go to the full commission.
Because of this right here too is gonna be an issue. You did the resolution, if it don't go to commission.
But why did you appoint it? Because I thought the mayor had to.
Nobody's gonna have an objection.
We all did, we voted for it too.
We're just trying, it's an interim appointment, and we have this argument going on here with the, underneath the hood of the 81, but
We'll
I'm.
do it both, we'll do the 81, we'll do the 12.
Well, what we're doing is, what Mr. Long's point is if we get it to the full commission, it'll be rock solid. So that's why I'm making the motion.
We just say we concur with financial management.
Sure.
Well, no, you actually have to go to commission to get above the 50%.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
money
this
we
is
have
all
to go
about.
on.
And then the other thing, if there's a question about Mr. Isabel, he has to sign resolutions or send them back. If he's willing to sign it, he agrees, then he's agreed, the commission agrees, your interim solid until you get your finance director.
So my motion stands. I think it solidifies everybody. Ms. Boyd, were you raising your hand?
No.
Sorry, Ms. Boyd. I've done it like 4 times. Ms. Boyd.
You can call me Shannon. That makes it easier. You have my permission.
Thank you, ma'am.
What is the number? I want to know what 85% is. Somebody say the number for the public.
79,444.35.
Thank you.
That's on 211,000.
Thank you.
It sounds about it. Times 0.85.
Thank you.
Same thing he's got, 179 resolution.
If I could, just for clarification, have Mr. Long explain, one thing that he explained is really helpful in financial management. Mr. Long,
Mr. Long, go ahead. Go
Mr.
ahead, ask the
Long,
question.
could you explain to this, committee what you explained in financial management about how currently Ms. Browning receives overtime, but the engineering, deputy does not, and she will be foregoing that, and that is why there is a bit.
Yeah, there's a bit of a
Can you explain that?
miscalculation.
You do it very
A lot of your departments, by our new policy, and that was always the intent, department heads are exempt employees automatically. As far as if anybody else is exempt, there's a couple of requirements. One, it has to be the department head requested, they have to meet the exemption, and you have to pay on a salary basis. Ms. Browning, since before I was here, has been paid on an hourly rate, and it keeps more accountability. So she's always been paid on the hourly rate. She's on the same level as the county engineer. If you take her overtime and her regular pay, she comes in somewhere about the same pay as the county engineer, but it lets me keep her hourly. If you look at her current pay of 123, she earns, I believe, about 15,000 overtime. So it puts her somewhere close to the engineer. If we do the 50% difference, it wouldn't even account for that.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I just want to make sure, because it wasn't clear to me. The 85% is of the difference in
Total. The total.
It's 85% of the difference between the two.
Actually, he was saying 85%.
85% total, so 85% of 211,270.
That's way more than 80. It's more than 85% of the difference.
The difference would be this 86.
Yeah, but that's significantly more. Just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. Significantly more than 85% of the difference.
85, and then you add that back to the original plus.
But it's 85, yeah, you have to add it back in. You're better at 85%.
You're at 85.
Because it's 85%.
The resolution is it should be no more than 50% of the difference. So I wasn't make sure what you all just voted on. It's 85% of the difference or 85% of his salary?
Well, this is only 50% of the difference. If you, this is the difference.
I understand.
So we're doing, yeah, and just to be clear, I was saying 85% of the total.
That is
Total salary.
Okay, so that's completely different than the spirit of this resolution, which is fine.
Yeah,
I want to make sure everyone.
because I'm understanding that, yeah, but then the reason, if I took 85% of the difference and then added that back to her salary, I think we'd be worse.
Yeah. It's like right here.
No, this is only 50.
Oh, that's 50. Okay.
Yes, if we did that, she would make 198
Yeah.
60.
Okay. I thought this was the right number.
No, that's
Okay,
50% on this resolution.
I got it.
Mr. Hyde, go ahead.
Before we vote, I think, I would like to say, and probably most everyone here feels the same, that I just feel real fortunate to have someone of her caliber be able to step into such a huge job as this. It makes me feel comfortable that, we have someone like that capable of doing it.
And she's been here a long time, right?
Thank you, ma'am.
You see what I got?
Started last
He's
year.
turning it.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Go
I'll
ahead.
say one thing about that.
Go ahead.
Anytime you ask her to work over, anything you need, Ms. Brownie's always done it. Anything I ask her to research or look at, she's done it. She's got a question, she comes back, she don't just stop, she works on it. So.
We got
Put up with David for this.
We got a good deal.
And
Go ahead.
just
Go
to
ahead.
clarify, because I know Mr. Long meant to say this, we will be freezing Ms. Browning's, comp time, and she'll get it back when she's on the other side.
But she won't earn during the.
That's, yeah.
You
not gonna lose, what you got. Go ahead. We need to move on.
Order here, but I was just wondering if we could get an update on the computer program and the funds.
Right now, I have the RFQ that's going out Thursday, I believe. We're gonna have to advertise for 3 weeks. And then we'll bring it, I think your resolution said for me and the county mayor to bring back
To
financial
management.
to bring back the, firm, but I think the motion here was for us to, it wasn't really clear, so I don't know if he wants to bring back the actual selection or bring back all the proposals.
You bring back so I was the one that did this, and I tried it, because there was, I said, my motion was to bring back a recommendation, but with all options to financial management. That financial management would be, in the county mayor is on financial management committees, but, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but that was what.
So you want our recommendation and all the
Recommendation and options for financial management.
So, how does the RFQ read? Is it specifics and what you want out of the?
Oh, yeah, it'll be, or for the RFQ, it is very specific on the things they have to do.
And I hate to move us, but we're
Yeah.
getting out of, and I'm sorry, y'all can take that one offline.
Yeah, I can see.
And sorry about this, but I'm just trying to move us. So now we are on the SR 258 Drakes Creek project. This is page 214.
More to give you a heads up, we found out, and Dustin and Scott found out, they were talking to the state, and then they talked to engineering. If you remember, there's the SR 258 Drakes Creek project. It was a joint venture with the city of Hendersonville. At this point, we understand there's going to be, on page 205, on 215, so before I start talking.
1.36 million.
Yes, sir. Trying to find my page number. I think I picked up my memo here.
214.
So what's being asked for here?
Oh, here it is. It's right in front of me.
Additional 1.3 million.
Well, maybe not. Right now, the understanding is that there's we found out they're asking for $1.3 million more, but our engineering/planning department has told us they're going to go to the MPO, and it may just be a 20% match and maybe 80%. They're very optimistic they're getting 80% grant.
So it would be 20% of 136. So it'd be like, $272,000.
If it ends up there, if not, then if you and Hendersonville are dividing it, it's about, $800 bucks.
So is there anything to be done on this now?
Not at this point.
I would love to have this in I would like to keep this where it is as we discussed.
Well, the only reason I'm bringing it now, there is one point you do need to think about. If you're not, say they don't give the, and it may be more than that, if they don't give you the MPO and you and Hendersonville, or the county's going to divide it to Hendersonville, at this time, you could still kill the project. You have to pay back what you spent from the state, but it keeps from spending money right now if you're not willing to go forward.
Well, there's nothing we need to do right now.
No, but you're spending money right now.
That's fine. I don't want to, does anybody here want to kill this project?
Just make sure that know what your options are without telling you.
So we're budget and we appropriate and we hand out money. Is this in Gen Ops or highway? I mean, this isn't our project. We don't have projects. We just give away money.
Well, it's a TDOT project that is, it's joint.
No, this is kind of between the cracks, really, because.
We have a project?
Yeah, because it's a state road.
Engineering's running this project, but there's not really a committee, because Gen Ops does building and maintenance, highway does county highways. So this one's appropriated by the commission. It runs through planning, and we help them coordinate it. We found out this information. They asked us to bring it forward to you.
Yeah.
So we're bringing it.
Go ahead and finish, Ms. Boyd.
Can we not assign it to them because they seem more appropriate?
We cannot, we could if you, but
Change the rules.
I don't know what you, go ahead, Mr. Becker.
Remind me real quick, so obviously state route, that's New Shackle, right? And then Drakes Creek, is that a city road, or is that county road? Drakes Creek, city road. So there's a state route, there's a state road and a city road, and I'm drawing a blank of why the county agreed to it, but.
I don't know why the county agreed to it, but I watched tons of Burma meetings years ago, and Jim Waters, former Alderman Jim Waters and current Alderman Eddie Walterson got together with the county, and they made the deal to put in the stoplight for a safety reason. And I think at the time, it was $250,000 for the county and $250,000 for the city, and now we're looking at 1.23 million.
It's written on here how much it was, 220 each, yeah.
So it's gone up 5
I'm
times.
just telling you, that's what I remember.
You wanna just kill it?
Well, I don't pay back some money, but.
I mean, I'm not.
You're in the city, you're all, raise your hand if you're in the city of Henderson.
Go ahead, Ms. Boyd, go ahead.
Do we have this original agreement that she speaks of? I don't want it to look like what we just went through with Galvin that we don't know and don't know.
Look, I
what
just
it
I think to her point, maybe if the agreement was we would pay half of the project, or was the agreement, or was the agreement that we paid the 220?
Yeah, so look, I don't know, my opinion is that we shouldn't do anything yet, and we should take a look at that. Can you please bring the
We'll get Dustin to try to pull the agreement.
Yeah.
Put it to old business.
Well, that's, yeah, we're gonna put it to business. We don't need to do anything, we can just go.
That was my polite way of saying, let's move on.
So we don't,
We give you information, so
we'll get to it. All
I
right,
just wanted to see.
okay,
The group that approved 2, 3, 4, and, or sorry, 3, 4, and 5.
second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Motion to, you know what, I never do this, motion to group and approve all of D.
Second,
We just look at it.
there,
That's the tax refund?
Tax
one
refund.
tax front freeze was not applied properly, one with the property was in the wrong name.
A
and
grand total of
$1,300.
about $1,300. All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor? Aye. All right, here we go.
You guys did the bank charter, like.